His sister on the, and I think his niece on the live feed. So they're probably watching. So hello to Lori and Mackenzie Guy.
Gotcha. So, sorry, I think we might have been muted there for a second.
Oh.
So we're going to start all over again.
Start over. All right. So we have Jimmy Meyers and Mike Corona, the red team, against Tony Porcello and Paul Calicchia. And we're sending a special shout out to Jimmy's children, Harper and Peyton. So
thanks for tuning in, guys.
And your dad's doing really well in this tournament. So much to be proud of.
Quarterfinals.
Right. And then here's Paul Calicchia, who I believe has some family watching. Just hopped over the Pauline there.
The field goal.
So I think he was right on target. Just these balls, sometimes when you're thrown in the length of the court, tend to bounce a little bit. And I think that's what happened there. Bounced right over the Pauline. Backboards are dead during this tournament if you're just tuning in. So if you hit the backboard without hitting either the Paulina or another ball, that ball is dead and taken off the court. And so Paul trying to cover up here. And he's going to be about 4 feet short or so. So it looks like Jimmy is lying one. And I think Mike's asking him to hit. They have a ball in the opposite corner. So I think he's asking him to maybe hit that ball and carry it over to the other side.
I like
for a big frame.
Oh.
Made the hit, but fortunately made it too good. It stuck to the
hit
corner.
it square.
Yep. So Jimmy and Mike draw first blood. Heading out, Brad? All right, have a safe trip. It was great seeing you again. Brad Thayer.
All right,
better players on tour here.
Yeah, I had the privilege of playing with him. Never have before. And learned a lot.
He's certainly an experienced player and can point or hit.
He's saved my butt a few times. I'll tell you that much.
All right, so Corona with the deep placement of the Pauline.
A couple feet short, but
yeah. Well, in a backboard dead tournament, that's a good point.
It messes with people.
It sure does.
They worry so much about not hitting it, they end up 5 feet short.
Right. Looks like Tony's up to the challenge here. I like his speed, although it might be a little too much.
It's a little too spicy.
And I think he burned it.
Yeah, we burned it. All right, let's see if we can make a little adjust here.
That one's a little hot as well. But not hot enough. You did not burn it totally. That's a great ball in the corner.
And from what I've seen today, those corner balls don't seem to want to get out of there.
I am a little surprised that Mike chose the point there. I mean, he ended up with a great point. Nope,
burned it.
Burned it too. You know, given Jimmy's been hitting really well during this tournament, so I'm surprised he didn't at least take one shot of knocking it out of the corner there.
I like to think sometimes when the stakes are a little higher, sometimes you see not too much from more experience, but they'll do something that's uncharacteristic.
Or maybe a little bit more conservative.
Yeah, right. When you do play good teams, you know, the last thing you want to do is leave anything open for them because they'll make you pay.
That one's a little hot too.
Oh boy, so the back wall.
That's 3 burned. So Jimmy and Mike had a pretty circuitous route to the knockout round here.
Oh, did it again.
That's 4. They lost their first 2 round-robin games, but then they rallied to win their last 3 and got into the knockout round, and then they beat a very difficult team, Tony and Mario, who are veterans here at the club. Very good team.
That's a good looking ball.
And Tony showing his great touch yet again. Or was that Paul? Oh, I think that was Paul. Got to give credit where credit's due.
Great ball.
So big frame.
Yep.
So I believe the score's 3-1.
3-1. 3-1, Tony and Paul lead, right?
Correct. Actually, I think we have them
Flipped.
reversed.
Yeah, I got
Yep.
it right now.
Tony leaving a little bit of room there. See if Mike can take advantage. I think he's got good speed as long as he doesn't touch that ball. Yes, just skimmed it, but in for the point.
Nice point there.
So Paul's one of the harder throwers that you'll see. But it hasn't translated into a stick. I haven't seen a lot. I mean, we have a lot of hard throwers here at this tournament, but I haven't seen anybody really stick and replace. I mean, the closest stick I've seen is probably maybe 2 or 3 feet.
Yeah, it's a lot of bounce on this court. I would guess that's probably what's causing.
Oh, Paul just squeezing it in between those two balls. That's very difficult to do, but he found a way, unfortunately, for him. So. Tony's used to picking up his teammate, though, so let's see if he can squeeze one in there.
Yeah, he's an excellent pointer.
I like the speed here. And he did it. Picked up his teammate.
Beauty.
So.
Yeah, we did the same thing you mentioned earlier. We, Brad and I also dropped our first 2 round-robin games and then won 3 out.
Right. So, I mean, some people like the format, some don't. I enjoy coming to a tournament and knowing that I'm not just going to be, 2 and out. It's pretty cool.
Nice shot
This
there,
group
Jimmy.
play format.
Yeah, and I also think it incentivizes people to come travel a little bit more.
Right. I mean, if you're going to take the time to come out, it's nice to be able to play 4 or 5 games. So Jimmy and Mike are up a ball here. Looks like they're choosing to roll. And Mike is taking a direct line at it. I think
Might
he
be a little
might
short.
Be a little short, but I don't know. These.
It's fighting, but I don't think.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sometimes these Martel balls get a little bit more roll on them than normal, but that one was just a little short.
Depends if you got the matte finish or the gloss.
Right. Well, I think sometimes the gloss turns into the matte after you play on these hard true courts for a while.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that's a good ball by Jimmy.
And
I know when I got my balls, they were very nice and shiny, but after
how long did that last?
Probably about 10 games or so. Yeah. So now I have a set that I play, indoor synthetic courts with that never see hard true, and then I have the hard true balls.
Same.
Paul lining up for a spot here. Just left.
Yeah, he was wide on that one.
Yep. So sometimes it takes Paul a little bit to get into a rhythm.
Yeah, shooters.
But as the game wears on, you'll see him make some really big hits in crucial situations. So don't give up on him just yet.
Because say you hit it on this side, it brings it into play. Say you hit it over here, who knows if that even comes in.
Oh yeah, he didn't miss against us.
Yeah.
So 3-2. That's good. He's gonna be happy with that.
So a lot of what we're seeing a lot in this tournament as well is there's been a lot of play along the sideboards here. You don't see too many people put it in the middle unless it's almost by accident, which is something, if you get to some other tournaments, you're seeing, teams, especially house teams, playing it down the middle and forcing the play there.
Oh yeah,
Because
they know their courts.
Yeah, determining the speed down the middle is just a different animal than it is along the sideboards.
Get a little more forgiveness on the sideboards.
Correct. And it makes the hits a little bit easier for your teammate as well along the sideboards, at least I find.
I think so too. That was Brad and I strategy today.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna out true court the true court players, so we said we're throwing this bad boy down the middle as much as we can.
Mm-hmm.
And it worked till it didn't.
Right. So it looks like, Tony's in. A little short left of the Polino, about 14 to 16 inches or so. I don't think they're going to mess around with it. I think Jimmy's going to step up and hit it.
Yep. Peyton Harper, hope you're watching.
All right. Daddy made a big hit and maybe
There's
setting
the
up
point.
for a big frame because they've got the second point here.
Let's see a little replay on that, huh?
Yeah, nice form, good extension.
Yeah, he's got a nice windup.
Tony.
Got the point.
Good position there. There is space between those balls, so it can go clean. So it'll be interesting to see if they try to play for the big frame here.
Looks like it. There's a lot of room to point there, though, too.
I think Mike's convincing Jimmy that they should point. He's preparing his ball there. Yeah, he's getting into position, so it looks like they're just going to roll. It's got a little bit of juice in it. Let's see here.
Oh, it came way out on him.
Yep.
Yeah, there's definitely a trick to playing the walls. You know, too soon you're going to fly out.
Right. You don't want to be too early. In a lot of these courts, not so much this one, but especially I saw it on court 1, where if you rolled it anywhere near the ball, the wall just sucked it right in. I think Jimmy's a little quick here.
A little spicy.
All right. So I think that decision not to hit might have cost him there. Looks like Paul.
It's going to fall
Be a
out.
little short, yeah. Came right off that wall.
Calls 1. So, 1 point for Tony and Paul.
You're going to see this game go back and forth for a while.
Yeah, it's got the makings of a slugfest.
Very difficult
Yeah,
pointing position here.
it's got to die before it gets to the wall or it's going to fall off. That was a pretty good point, though.
I think that's probably as good as you're going to do on this point, in that position.
Yep.
Pin high with just enough space to miss on a spot. So I wonder if Jimmy's considering maybe going for the Pauline now.
I think so, especially if you can't get a ball through. Looks like he might, but just a little early on the wall and you'll take it clean.
True, but if they're going to do it, this is the time to.
Oh, absolutely.
I guess he just went for the ball.
Nice shot.
Yep. Mike putting it in the same spot as Tony. So let's see if Paul can match Jimmy's spot. He can.
Did it.
And
Got a
looks
good
like
kick
they-
out there at the end.
Yeah, looks like they got 2. So again, another opportunity for maybe for a big frame here. We'll see if either team gets aggressive or if they stay conservative. Give me
He wants a bottle of vodka. He goes water.
Got the point. Probably a little farther out than he wanted it.
Yeah, I think he would have preferred it in its previous position.
That's tough when there's such a break there.
But the positive side of this, though, is that it prevents them from a sure hit and maybe a big frame here.
I'm really surprised no one went for Polino. Wow, when you can do that.
Well, if we see Jimmy's ball laying on Tony's ball, you could probably bet that Paul's going to line up for a Pauline hit. So let's see what happens here.
Come on, bud, you gotta stay by the wall, Paul.
So, all right, I think he's just going to point. Just a little short. Paul seemed convinced that it had made it, but
Yeah. All right.
more hope than reality.
So a little break there for Jimmy and Mike. Last couple frames, they had a chance to score and they only got one. So you got to feel good about that.
And eventually they got to start turning these things around and taking advantage.
Yeah. Can't leave good teams hanging around.
No. Or let them get away from you early on.
Yeah.
So.
Nice hit. Might have gotten it too.
From
One's
this
a little
angle, it
too-
looks a
yeah.
little bit. I favor the red a little bit, but I wouldn't be surprised to
Yeah.
see green in.
The red's a little deeper. Green's a little more Polino high, but out more. Red's in. Nice shot though.
Yeah, make room. It's a good ball by Mike.
Yep. It's like the only one that stayed straight that I've seen today. Looking at that line on the court.
Yeah, you can follow the line on the swept court on that side of the court anyway. They haven't used it much in this game as yet.
Thinking about shooting, I think.
Yeah, I think what Paul's dilemma is he knows if he hits that ball right on, the chances are it hits the backboard and comes back in for maybe even a better point. So
I might even push his out of the way too on
Correct.
the rebound, yeah.
So I think that's the fear. So I think they're going to elect a point here.
Yeah. You got it.
That's a great point by Tony. And that's another thing they didn't see a lot of this weekend is people coming off the sideboard. But that one he did to great effect.
Look at it. You can see where it came off the wall somewhere around half court.
Right. No, it was perfectly played. Great job by Tony.
Now you can take one. Oh, that's why you're not fit.
All right, so it's throwing me off when teams have different balls
Right.
on one. You're looking on this court right now.
Could be worse. It could be all four of them playing
The same, yeah.
two different balls. So, or
Yeah, right?
two different balls for each team, yeah. I've seen that happen before as well. That's just a massive confusion.
That's a pretty good point. We've got to get a little more legs, but
I think he's a little short.
good ball.
I think Jimmy's got to make a big shot here. Tony and Paul can maybe think about running away with this game. He's going to line up to hit. That's a big miss.
You got a good second point sitting though.
So we had this situation in our game earlier today, and we tried to come in and straight at it.
Where's the
and
point out by
ended up
their ball over there, by ours? Yeah.
being a little long.
If I stand
I think the play here is to play it off the sideboard to the left here and have it.
Yeah, try to hook in.
Yeah,
It's a very safe ball too.
and it wants to go that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, don't fight it.
Right. So I think it's just a matter of speed. So they're going to try to do what we did. Let's see if they have any more success than we did. But I think the play is to come in the other way. Yeah.
That
that's it.
fell away.
Yeah,
out.
and it
wants to go
It
that
wants
way,
to
yeah.
go to the right. Yeah.
So straight's
so
just
if
gonna
it wants
pull.
to go to the right, then why not start it to the left? Right. I think Let's see if he makes that adjustment, or if he's just going to be trying to make
In
the same.
same spot. Oh, I
same
think he did the same thing.
Yeah, he wanted to go straight again, and I think he's going to suffer the same fate.
Oh, well, short though.
So,
All right.
yeah, he didn't see it. I think if he'd have seen that and rolled that first ball, it could have been a bigger frame for them.
So they get one, leaving the door open still. I think that's about 4 points left in the last 3 frames.
Yeah,
And a 10-2 game is a lot different than a 6-2 game.
absolutely. Really only it takes one frame to get yourself right back into this game.
Absolutely.
Tony leaves it about 2.5, 3 feet short there, so opportunity for Mike.
It's short again.
No, I don't think it's short, Mikey.
Oh, but it broke in.
Yeah.
It was the speed looked good.
Yeah, I think he would have. I think he would have been the point there if he missed that ball. Not by much, but it would have been the point. Took a little
That's going to work.
different line. Now he's got 2. So
Nice ball.
it's a competitive point, but I think they've got options here. As hard as Paul throws, I think he's probably trying to convince Tony of maybe hitting the inside of that, or
Yeah.
at least the left side of that ball, and maybe collecting both of them.
He could clear both of those out. That's for sure.
So let's see. Let's see what he tries to do here. No, I think Tony's going to roll.
He's been putting them on, so.
Yeah, he's got a couple feet here, so. Maybe push that ball further in. I don't know. I like one definitely, the one on the left.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about the one in
I think he pushed that one far enough out.
He's right up against it, right?
ball setting up to the point. He's got the speed. Oh, and he's also got Mike's ball. All right, now you got a situation where it's tough to see those balls.
I'm going to go that same pace.
He's got to be careful here.
Oh, was he short?
Wow, he's short. So now the question becomes, how do you get in there?
Well, they can hook around it. But you don't want to sell because you bump that red one.
I'll tell you what I like here, and it's a little bit of a risk, but I like a ball Pauline shot. You know, you clip the Pauline here, and then it becomes an easy 4. Tie up the game. Or you could clear that red ball and then make it a situation where, you know, that point is not so treacherous.
I like the Paulino shot too. There's a lot of play off the wall, so you can also give yourself a little bank Paulino shot.
Yeah, I think maybe what
Oh, he's going to try to lay it in.
Mike, I think, is talking to him about, you know, trying to be late to the wall, drag the Pauline. And that's exactly what he did. Oh,
Oh,
almost. Jeez, I thought he had it.
just missed it. I'm going to assume he's going to do that again.
Yeah.
Little
Well,
clip, and he's getting at least 3.
or he could bump them in for 1. No, that's 2. All right.
All right. They stopped the bleeding.
He did. A little conservative, but as we spoke at the top of the broadcast, that's something that you'll see a lot of at this stage of the tournament.
Oh, no, they got 2. Okay.
Oh, yeah, they had 2. Laying 2.
I thought they were laying 1. That's why I'm not a line judge. Where did he throw that?
Ball, miss right.
Whoop.
A little quick. Oh, actually, you know
Yeah,
what? It
well,
died at night.
Paulino, I love that's my favorite ball in bocce.
Well, my favorite ball would be about 1.5 feet back. You know, I want it in front of the Pauline.
Yeah.
Because you can lay on that and get the point. But yes, that is a good position and just enough room to miss through
A
it,
field goal.
which is what Paul did. A little frustrated with himself. That's such a frustrating experience as a hitter. You know, because you feel like you have, you know, you made a good stroke there. And you're just missing it on that side. But Paul, again, picks him up. So. Tony being a good teammate, picking him up yet again.
Yeah, Tony's an excellent pointer.
Well, speaking a little bit to Tony before
That's one way to do
how
it.
about that? If you're going to miss, that's the kind of miss that you'd like. Yeah, he's talking about maybe taking a little bit of a sabbatical from Bocce after this year. Said he's going to play the World Series and then maybe take some time off, which, you know, is going to be sad to see because he's really one of the finest players in the area. And
Great dude.
yeah, and even a nicer person. Yeah, so I hope he reconsiders. Finds the flame again.
It is a marathon sometimes, the seasons.
Yeah. Oh man, he did it again. Unbelievable. And that is an even smaller gap. So for him to shoot that gap is unbelievable. But again, do not give up on Paul.
Yeah, he took that same approach though, where he felt like he lined up right in the middle of them and then threw it dead straight. Kind of could give yourself an angle there where you can give yourself a bigger target, Polino and ball,
Correct.
and not make sure one can't get through.
No, I agree. So are they touching the Pauline? I wonder if they'd almost
It is, but it's in
be
front.
tempted to.
Try to send it back.
I don't think so. I think they're gonna.
Yeah,
try to play it.
I think that Polino stays if they hit it. It's touching, but it's in front. So it'd be hard. You'd have to get the Polino.
Yeah,
too.
it's just off to the side, so you can get your ball clean there easily.
Don't want that.
No. I think if it was angled a little bit more in front, they'd give it a shot.
Uh-oh.
Although, I don't know.
Hold
Jimmy's
on
lined
here.
up.
Maybe they're feeling
Not
it.
so fast, my friend.
They
Here we
smell
go.
blood. They smell blood.
Here we go. And he hit it clean. That's the danger. That's the danger. You know, they probably should have taken a second to come down and examine that a little bit more closely.
I think so. They didn't come down,
Yeah,
so they didn't see what you and I saw.
Right. Or maybe they did and they just were confident that they could make that shot. So
Take a Polino shot here.
I think as fans we'd love to see that, but I think as players you gotta
The smart thing here is to roll in.
Yeah.
Hopefully you steal the point and at least
take
one away.
Yeah.
Obviously. But the Bocce fan in me.
Yeah. So no, he's gonna point.
And that's smart.
Well,
That's why they're there.
that's correct.
And I'm here.
We're sitting here, correct. Yeah.
Oh,
He is going to try.
Oh!
And he made the play. That's great. You know what? I love the guts. That took a lot of chutzpah, and good for him.
I like the call.
Me too. Mike Corona making a big hit there.
Completely just changed the game.
I think he fooled us because he kind of has the same stance pointing as he does hitting.
Yeah.
So he had that kind of he's holding the ball underhand like he was going to kind of just drop down and roll it, but he just turned his hand over and fired, and he was pure.
He committed.
Yeah. So good for them for making that call and making the hit. All right, so now we've got a much more interesting game.
Just like that.
Yeah.
You know, and that brings back to earlier, you know, when Tony and Paul have left some points on the board.
Right.
Right. This game should probably be closer to a 9-8, 10-8 game.
Yeah, agreed. And then
And I know, as Bocce player myself, I probably would be thinking about that just a little bit.
You think?
try not to.
yeah, you think about those months after these games are over.
No, they haunt you.
No, still one.
That's a good looking point.
Yeah, Paul got up as if he was going to have to throw a ball,
Yeah, he's
not quite having faith in his teammates.
That's the spriest I've seen him all day.
Yeah, he moved pretty fast there. Well, I saw him move pretty fast in the food line today, too. Which, again, was really good.
Oh, yeah.
Compliments to the chef there.
Absolutely. That was. I'm going to blame our loss on that meal.
Yeah.
We had a 5-hour break and then ate 2 pounds of pasta and thought I could come out here and play good bocce.
Right.
No, it was absolutely delicious. This has been a great tournament. Well run. Good times.
And the hosts couldn't have been more gracious and
Yeah.
really thought this out very well. So anybody that's thinking about coming next year,
Do it.
they really should consider it. So
One of the least stressful tournaments I've ever been in.
yeah,
I haven't heard much yelling or.
no, and everybody has been playing for so long with one another that it's very friendly, and the games could really go either way.
Yeah, I mean, really, we run this tournament again in a couple days, and the bracket probably looks completely different.
Right, exactly right. But that's another attraction of bocce. If you've never, heard of it, or if you're wondering about, what exactly is this game. Yes, it's a competition, but also you build so many wonderful relationships and friendships from this game. Just absolutely good people. You don't run into too many people that you wouldn't want to sit down and have a beer with or spend time with when you're playing bocce. Just a great social experience.
Absolutely.
All right, well, this is a terrific ball.
About as good as it gets.
Yeah.
And tucks it away, too.
Yeah.
But
I didn't realize they were out of balls.
I didn't either.
I guess so.
Shorted that one.
Yeah.
I think we're going to call that 2.
Yep. All right. So
Tony and Paul strike back.
There we go.
Give up a 4, get a 2, tie it up. 8-8.
there we go. 1st to 6 now.
Excuse me. Yeah, so this past year, I've gotten to do Waterside, Tokalana Club, and now here. And I want to thank all of you guys for being such gracious hosts and friendly faces when we get here.
Yeah.
You make coming to New York a truly enjoyable experience.
Thank you. No, it's been great meeting you and everyone from Chicago, and again, just a wonderful community of people. This bocce community that keeps growing.
Yeah, it's getting big.
And, compliments to Mike Chaldone here and the operation that he set up. It's really great, and I don't think that we get the exposure that we do now without it. So really kudos to him to really grow in this sport.
Oh, I'm surprised he's rolling in on this one. He might get Polino.
Sometimes you just feel it, As a pointer, you just feel
I'm
it,
just going to shut up now. Just keep quiet.
Yeah. And if your teammate's feeling it, even though you might think it's not the greatest call, you just got to let them go sometimes.
If they're doing it, they're doing it.
Yep. So let's see here. Tony's going to...
I think he's going to try to.
I think he's going to try to bump and replace here.
I think he feels very confident in this line.
Yeah, maybe there's a line that goes right to the Pauline, apparently.
Oh. He
Look at
got
that.
it.
And he did. He got it.
Yes.
Wow.
Anything you can do, I can do better, says
Wow.
Tony Porcello.
That's all I can say is wow.
Yeah.
And it is in a very difficult spot for them now.
Yeah, so bumping and replacing is not an option here, I don't think.
I hope that red sticks.
I think Jimmy's going to have to hit the ball, even if theirs goes.
Spray and pray a little bit.
I think so. Let's see what they
Theirs is going to go for sure. You hope you get enough on there to get the red out,
I'm
too.
not going to say for sure. I'm not going to say for sure.
There is.
There's a slight possibility that their ball stays right where it is.
But you got to take a crack at it, right?
I think so. Because as we've seen, you're not going to hold that line trying to come from the center of the court and then having the ball go left. We've only seen the ball go right on this court, as we saw when the Pauline was long.
You don't have a direct line.
No, it's always wanting to go to the right, not to the left. So if you're going to come in, you got to come in off the wall. And as I said, that red ball is really not in a position to be moved or replaced. I guess
He's going
what
to
you
give
can
it
try to do is maybe come in a little shorter, which I think is what what Mike's going to try to do here.
this is tough. I mean, he couldn't have rolled a better point.
But up a ball, yeah, I think you take your chances here.
Is he shooting?
I don't believe so. I think he's rolling.
Okay. I can't tell.
Yeah. Nah. So I think
Too
that's
much,
a
too
little
much,
quick.
too much.
Little quick. Nope.
All right. Well, now shooting's off the table.
No, they would have had to have done it on their last ball, I think, because now you just don't know where that ball
Right.
and Pauline are going to go at this point. And you could potentially pick yours clean too, and then you're really in a pickle. So let's see. I think you might touch that ball in front. Nope. Okay.
I think now he's going to want to at least try to clog up that lane
Yeah, because
they can nestle up right under their own ball.
or
Or,
Paul could hit his own ball.
uh-oh.
No board.
Oh, that might be too.
I think they're going to drop 2 balls. And Paul is not going to argue with that call.
Nothing. I mean,
He ran right over to the scoreboard and was not going to take any chances there.
that's an unfortunate sell. He had to hit that perfectly to sell that point. I think the points in were 1 inch, 2 inches, and 3 inches.
Right.
That's how he's playing this game anyway. It says 2 balls, a minor on the back.
Yeah, I think even if he laid on his own ball, he wasn't going to get the point there.
Yeah.
So why bother? But, yeah, I think the decision not to hit there is going to end up haunting Jimmy and Mike.
Yeah, I was a little surprised. I don't want to put the announcer's curse on, but I don't think Jimmy's maybe missed 1 or 2, but he's been hitting well.
Yeah. So Tony liking this side again. He's a little short, but he's in front and in a good spot.
Yeah,
See if Mike can put 1 pin high as he has in the past here.
looks a little fast. Oh no, that's going to be good if it falls.
Yeah.
That's good.
I don't know. It's close. Tony's walking back as if he's got a point. So there's a little bit more dust along the walls here because obviously they're not as well used as the middle of the court. So sometimes if you get up in the wall, it tends to slow the balls down a little bit, and I think that's what happened with Mike's ball.
Yeah. I was going to give him a little bump.
Yeah.
Great shot.
So.
All right, we're shooting now, right?
Absolutely, and I wouldn't mind favoring the Pauline a little bit here too.
Yeah, get yourself 2. Oh yeah.
Very difficult to get the ball between the Pauline and the ball here. It is possible, but very difficult. All right, good shot.
That works. Nice
Jimmy?
clean hit.
Yes, it is.
Take a look at that in slow motion. Nice wind up. Man, he really brings that back, huh?
Yeah, he rears and fires. Great extension. Doesn't drop the ball. He gets it right out there and releases at the optimum time. Here's Paul trying to do a little bump.
They do it again.
They did it again. Let's see if Jimmy can.
You can get
Repeat.
both those reds out.
Yeah, I wonder if he'll come in on the wall. Danger with that though is I think it might kick the Pauline back into the corner to that red ball that was hit earlier. Yeah, that's a great hit right there.
Wow. Sorry I missed the windup, but I got the hit. And that was a really nice hit.
Who's red? Tony and Paul.
No, he repeats his delivery well, and you know that's a big part of hitting too. Is just trying to repeat that, developing a muscle memory. When you see these great hitters that seem to never miss, that's what it is. It's just
Rinse and repeat.
That's right. They have that muscle memory. So now's the discussion, right? That really is a difficult.
You got to be worried about hitting yours out. And
I wonder if Mike might consider pointing firm on the Pauline.
see if I can give you folks a closer look. Tony and Paul sitting one here. Got a good ball in front. Take some lines away.
I mean, Jimmy wants a hit. I think the only danger there, though, is if he collects his ball back there.
If he hits his ball, I think he can give up 2, maybe 3.
We're moving, and now's the opportune time. I also think I'm going to try to buy.
No harm.
That ball in front served as a blocker. I think if it's not there, probably collects the ball.
Yeah, the little bump and repeat was a good strategy there.
Yeah, well, that's why you keep your balls in front, right?
Yeah. Create problems.
Tony and Paul regaining that 3-point margin.
Well, for some reason, I thought Tony said that. Is it what the hell is he talking about?
No, that's the game behind
Yeah.
us. No, that was a great ball by Tony.
Yep, that's the one. That's yours.
Tony is color coordinated with his balls. He's got the red and black. It's like Tiger, right? And
On Sunday.
Sunday red. All right, made room.
Good contact.
Really good spot.
We released the ball a little bit lower than he normally does there. But still a good result.
Yeah. Probably why he didn't get it as clean as he normally does. Just a little.
A little bit of a drop. I wouldn't call it a drop, but he not
Lower.
quite the extension.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's missed a few.
he has. He struggled here in this game. I know there's times when I make a miss like that, and I'm just so confident. I just want to get that bad taste out of my mouth and hit it again. And Paul had one of those. I think he really, really wanted to hit it, but the smart play here is to cover up.
Yeah, that's, almost 2 feet to point in.
Yeah. And Tony's shown that he can.
He's done it. He's been all over this part of the
And
court.
I think he just did it again.
Yep. Good. Yep, he's in.
I think so. I think they're going to measure. It's closer than we might think.
Joe, no.
I lost both my balls back there. He might have gained momentum there. Wrench it.
And I said red shoots.
3/4 of an inch.
Maybe. Oh, I missed the board.
Did he just say? I thought he said red shoots. I guess I misheard him.
Oh, that's pretty good, too. That's pretty good. Wow.
Same way. Let's go.
Excellent pointing.
Yeah. Very good pointing and taking advantage of what the court's giving you here. As we said on this court, it just keeps falling to the right. So let's see. I think Paul might be a little early here and short.
That's not.
All right, so time for
Jimmy and Mike can strike back here.
if he gets a little lucky here, he might run into his own ball in front there and maybe
Yeah,
get
if it's-
3.
Yeah. If he goes point speed and bumps his ball, you could get 3.
I think he should really just go for his own point here. Oh no, I think he's being a little aggressive.
That's too much.
And he's trying to lay on the back ball, and he does. I think he did. I think he got it.
Does that give him 3?
I don't
think
believe so. I don't
but-
believe so. I think it's just 2. Yep, just the 2. Let's go ball. 11-10.
We got a game.
We've had one. This is a very competitive game. 4 really good players. Entertaining game too. You know, a lot of there's some risk taking with high risk, high reward shots. And we've had some conservative play. It's a very interesting game to watch.
Yeah. And
Mike
just to call
puts the pressure back on
good point.
Paul. Yeah. Let's see.
And now just to call back earlier on those frames, they left points on the board. This game would be over.
Correct. So let's see if Paul can get healthy here. I think he stepped away from the court for a second. We have a tight game behind us as well, 8-6. Greg Puccio with a good hit on the court behind us. Are you red or green? You're green? All right, Paul has made his way back to the court.
Welcome back, Paul.
Might have been craving some of that tiramisu that.
Oh, man, do you have some?
I have not yet.
I
I'm
think
hoping that there's some
might
left.
be gone.
I'm hoping that there's a little bit left.
Tara missed out.
All right, he made room. Probably not the hit that he wanted to make, but
No, but sometimes when you're struggling, just shoot for contact.
that's right. They had Svoyatel out this morning, which were really great. So
Oh, yeah.
killing us with pastries earlier.
It's a good way to die. There you go.
Yeah, Tony.
Tony has been pointing excellent.
Yeah, he's been the backbone of this team for sure.
You know, and if Paul finds it again, they're going to take this game, I think. Not if Jimmy has anything to say with it, though.
Not only with a hit, but he improved his partner's point there. So we're at 2 balls apiece left in this frame.
There you go.
So
Tone.
Tony took a great line. He just
Yeah.
avoided the wall altogether. He just rolled straight at the Pauline.
Yeah,
and,
so it got way less of a break.
right.
Smart. That's a good point.
Yep. Maybe difficult to beat. So I'm guessing being up a ball, Jimmy's probably going to line up to hit it. Maybe. They're both preparing their balls, so I'm not sure which one's going to step up. Okay, it's going to be Jimmy here.
I feel like he could beat this point, though.
I think they're having a discussion about it.
It is 2.5 feet. Maybe even a little more.
Yeah, I think they've reconsidered. So I think Mike's going to give it a shot.
I like it, because even if Mike doesn't get it, but he's in a discussion, Jimmy can then try to shoot that other one out. Or, well, now he has to point.
Yeah, that's got to be a point now. So second guess themselves a little bit there.
I like the call.
I didn't hate it, but being up a ball, I mean, you know.
I'll tell you what's that. It ain't short. Just missed the plea.
Looked like he might touch the Pauline.
A little graze.
So, I mean, 2 points in this game where Jimmy and Mike had an opportunity to shoot, and both times they chose to point, and both times they've given up 2 points.
Yeah.
So, I think
A little conservative, right?
they may come to regret those 2 decisions.
That brings our score to 13-11, I believe.
13-11. Paul and Tony 1 point away from advancing.
And we beat those guys. Another excellent point.
Surprise, surprise.
That's
Tony
his-
decides to go to that side of the court again.
That's his worst point in like
Right.
8 balls.
And still a fantastic point. That's his bread and butter in this game.
There you go. No hesitation that time. I'm going to replicate it again.
Yeah.
Even better this time.
Yeah. He's just.
He's
He could
dialed in.
probably do that with his eyes closed at this point.
Yeah. Tell you one thing, if I get the Plano back, I'm going right down the center of the court.
Right.
I'm not trying to beat Tony at this game right
No.
now. Another good hit.
Good
by
hit, and he
Jimmy.
stuck around.
And now danger zone for
Yeah.
Tony and Paul because they have to be smart on where they put these balls.
Yeah, I mean, Jimmy and Mike are within striking distance of ending this game as well. So big point here by Paul.
That looks a little too hot, but you know what? It's not as bad because they're gonna make them point this instead.
Although no, Jimmy's called for the hit.
They're gonna try to go win this game now. He picks this, they're sitting most likely 2, if not 3.
Oh, he hits the Pauline, and
Yeah.
very fortunate. The Pauline was trying to scoot over to the right to Tony's and Paul's balls, but it hit
caught it.
It caught
On
the
the ricochet.
Spock ball on the ricochet, and it kept it right there.
Best possible outcome.
Absolutely.
It was going towards the worst possible outcome.
Right. So,
What you don't want to do right now is lose this game here. You are going to give up a point, maybe 2, but you won't lose.
you wanna beat that front ball. That's the goal here.
Yeah. And you want it inside. If it falls outside, you're in trouble.
Right. So we spoke earlier about whether or not they saw that line on the board. I think he's going to be forced to use that line here, and it's going to be to his advantage. It's just a matter of speed now. So let's see if Paul can find the right pace to keep him in the game. He's certainly not
Ain't
short.
short.
Uh-oh. Oh, what a clutch shot by
Yeah,
Paul.
well, that's
Okay.
great.
That's a clutch shot. So now,
You can try to nuzzle in for 2. You better hit that wall, though. Otherwise, you can clip that red and sell.
so I think what Jimmy's going to go tell Mike is, hey, you know what? Why not put a little pace on that ball? Maybe run into my front ball there, and we can squeeze maybe 1 or 2 more and try to win the game that way. I mean, it's a long shot, but I mean, it's something they're discussing, I think.
There's something happened in here.
Or they could be considering spocking that ball out, which is an even more gutsy call.
Yeah, I don't like the Spock shot.
Yeah.
I see it, but it's
Yeah. I mean, it'd have to come out a long way.
the thing is here that they can't sell because it's game.
Right.
So now would be maybe a time to be a little more conservative.
I agree.
Because you don't want to lose a game where you have last ball, your sitting point.
Right. I understand their thinking, right? I mean, if you have a chance to win, you want to try to do it.
Yeah.
But it's got to be a reasonable chance. I think that
It's like a 1%.
right. The percentage on that is pretty low. So I think you just try to roll in here for 2, tie the game, and you see what happens in the next frame, right? So. But
Excellent game, though. Excellent game.
what do we have going on in the opposite corner?
Let me see if I can see. We got
wonder if
2
they have-
Tony and Paul and 1 Jimmy and Mike balls.
Okay, yeah. So I don't think that's really an option. So
That's
all right, he's gonna roll. And I think he's gonna try to be aggressive
gotta
on
hit
that
the
front
wall,
ball.
oh no, oh no, oh no. Oh.
It's going to sneak inside. Wow, what a shot. Okay, here we go.
Beauty.
13-13. Couldn't ask for more drama. And I think this game really has been headed this way the whole time,
Yeah.
right?
Oh yeah. It was
So,
Tony and Paul jumped out early, left some points on the board. Then Jimmy and Mike got that big 4 spot that
Right.
brought him right back into the game, and then it's been back and forth since.
so I think
Excellent.
it's justice to all the players, all 4 of these players, that it gets to 13-13.
And that's a good ball.
Puts the pressure on, so let's see. I said that Paul steps up in big situations. This is probably the biggest of situations, so let's see if he can make a big hit here.
He has to hit
All it
this.
takes is one hit to really,
Get you back into it, yeah.
well, it's redemption for the rest of the game, right? So.
Oh yeah. Balls you've thrown don't matter anymore.
And I've seen him stick in these situations. I know we haven't seen a lot of sticks here, but he's capable of it.
Yeah,
And he won the race. Yeah, it's a good hit.
unfortunate outcome.
Yes and no.
I would like the other team to burn another ball. Tony's gonna put it right on. Unbelievable. This game.
Yeah, he's just.
Actually, that's terrible for him. I'm gonna go ahead and say what a horrible.
Yeah. That's probably one of his worst shots of the game, I'd say.
I wouldn't show my face in public after that.
So,
I think that's gonna be Jimmy and Mike's point there.
yep.
Nice hit.
I mean, this game's got to end with the last ball, right?
It will.
So
We're halfway there.
that's really the only way it has to end here. I think they're going to measure.
There's
Someone did not put the tape back where it should be.
that green ball's in right by.
I like the green. Yeah.
It's a good foot in front of the other one.
So one of the things they've done here at the club, pretty clever. They've took old outlet covers, they screwed them to the top of the fences, and they placed the measuring tapes in them so that you always know where they are on the court, which is a pretty thoughtful thing to do. Are you listening to Kalana Club?
No.
As I stare at the club electrician, he probably has a lot of those. Covers
sitting around.
probably sitting. He's probably got a few hundred sitting in the trunk of his car somewhere. So,
Right.
or in his van. So, sounds like a weekend project. All right, back to the game.
All right. And what we're seeing here is another good point. It's going to be right where he wants it.
Yeah, great point by Mike Corona. And Paul stepping up. Another big moment in this game.
Another big shot here.
Miss.
That could be costly.
Could be, but as Tony's been doing all game, there's room there.
He can
easily
get this.
steal this. He's got about 14 inches there to work with. And if anybody's up to it, he is.
He's been making a living today making this point.
I like the speed.
Got a chance.
That's
I like
good.
the speed.
He did it.
He did it.
He did it.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable shot. So here we are, down to the last ball, as we predicted. So let's see if Jimmy can see it.
Wow.
I think he's going to have to shoot it from the left side because I think he's blocked out on the right side. That's going to be an amazing hit if he makes it, I'll tell you.
It's tough. Bolo? If he had it in his bag, but you know.
I haven't seen Jimmy make a roll. Not that he couldn't, I just haven't seen him do it.
Oh, yeah, now's not the time to see if you could do it.
Yeah, I think, you know, maybe even hitting his own ball into that ball.
Yeah, let's try square.
Yeah. I think Nick Serra's imploring him to maybe do a volo or shoot lefty.
Tough spot here for Jimmy, but
Good try. He hit it solid. But Tony, boy, I tell you, coming up big. What a great game. What a great game.
good shot. Just missed it.
Yeah. And that was the call. He couldn't see it on either side. Could only maybe hit his ball into it. And hope for the best, but came up just short. What a game.
Down to the second to last ball.
Amazing. Amazing.